Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Allen. In studio, we have the insane Daryl Wayne.
Yes, indeed.
And we have Adam Simon. Adam Simon, hello. And we have Celeste Davidson. They are from Join Our Story. We'll be talking with them a little bit later on. And then from New York City, Dr. Dana Cohen, a nationally renowned internal and integrative medicine specialist. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have to stop now, but...
I said you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I had a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go.
Well, I mean, we've all heard that some people have the right kind of flavor or skin or whatever for mosquitoes, and some people don't. There's some people that can walk through a swarm of them and not get bit, and there's people, if there's one, it'll bite them 500 times.
Why?
Yeah, right. And I've been told 1,000 times not to exaggerate. But are there people that are more susceptible than others for these bites?
There are, and I wish I could tell you exactly what it is, but nobody really knows. There are certain genes in people that make them more susceptible. What I had said earlier, though, is we used to think maybe there was something to blood type.
Or somebody drinking citronella?
Well, you don't.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to drink citronella, but somebody, B vitamins. Somebody takes B vitamins. There's been a little bit of research that maybe that can help ward off mosquitoes, but we don't know. The things that I had said earlier that we do know for sure is that body heat. So people who have a higher body temperature, or are exercising, or drinking alcohol, or sweating more, or breathing heavier.
Right.
Those are the things that can make you more susceptible.
So somebody overweight, maybe having a little bit of asthma or something like that, breathing heavier.
Definitely can make you a little bit more susceptible.
What about somebody with sweet blood or diabetes?
I don't think there's a whole lot of information on that.
I was just curious about that because, with the epidemic of diabetes in this country, it would seem to me that the mosquitoes might like the sweetness. I don't know.
I don't think it's ever been talked about. In my readings, we've never really come up with that kind of answer.
Mark, they're not hummingbirds.
Oh, got it.
Mosquitoes are just, hummingbirds are giant mosquitoes.
That's it. They do move quickly. It's actually, I have a hummingbird that's been visiting my house every morning, and a couple of them, and I like them.
He's got a checklist.
I do.
So
yeah,
this is the interesting thing about these mosquitoes is that humans are actually not great carriers of the virus. So with Zika, we can be sexually transmitted, but we still don't even have very high levels of the virus in our body. Birds, on the other hand, where most of these, I'm sorry to say, most of these mosquitoes, that's how they travel. They infect birds, and then birds in turn infect other mosquitoes. So it's sort of an interesting little tidbit of information. Once again, for people not to get all crazy, that humans are not great carriers of the disease.
But is there a time when you have the virus that it's more active? For example, you're bit today. It takes 2 days for the symptoms to start. You may even think it's an allergy because it's just a little congestion, maybe a headache, that kind of typical virusy thing.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how long the virus stays in your system. That's one of the problems, and I know I'm trying to quell fear here, but we honestly don't know. So the things you need to think about is if you come in contact with a person who's been to an endemic area, who maybe was sick, had a virus. They're saying about 6 months you want to stay away, especially if you're pregnant. You want to abstain from sex with that person for 6 months. So we don't know how long the virus stays in our body. We do know that eventually you create antibodies, and your immune system goes into work and for yourself. But we don't know how long it can be transmitted, unfortunately.
I neglected to say that your background is really quite impressive. You worked with Dr. Atkins.
I did. I'm very fortunate. I've had some incredible mentors in my life.
And Ronald Hoffman from the
Yes.
Hoffman Center of Integrative Medicine in New York. Those are two biggies in my book, and they helping to change healthcare in the U.S. and the world to not be so closed-minded as many doctors are.
Yeah, two very brilliant men. I'm very fortunate to have been trained by both of them. I'm lucky. And so as you may know, or may not know, as an integrative doctor, I do believe in supplementation. I do prescribe supplements to my patients.
Rather than prescription medicines.
Rather than prescriptions, which I really want to talk about. Speaking of prevention for mosquitoes, a study that happened a couple of years ago on mice with a supplement called AHCC, active hexose-correlated compound.
That comes from a mushroom.
It comes from a mixture of different medicinal mushrooms. It's actually the most widely used immune-boosting supplement in Japan.
And that is, we are out of time, but that AHCC is something that if you're like in Miami or areas, you should look into
Consider taking, yes, exactly, for prevention.
We are out of time, Dr. Dana. You'll come back sometime?
I will. I would love to. Thank you.
Okay, had a great time. All right, Late Night Health continues. Don't go away. More coming up. Visit us at latenighthealth.com.